Ahoy, hoy, my friends, and welcome to Disney Parks and Review Extra, where we discuss what just happened. Just, there's a beginning for you, Chip. As always,
I don't have
I'm.
the microphone right here where I can. When I do it, I push my microphone to my face.
Yeah. See, as always, I'm joined by Chip Confer. Chip, how you doing today, my friend?
I am tired.
I can understand why you're tired. It has been a long week for you. A long 3 days. This is
Yeah,
the third day, so.
I was doing that.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. This is what the extra is all about. It was Guardians of the Galaxy Media Preview Day, and then the day before was a Disney World 50th Anniversary Content Gathering Media Day. You came down from North Carolina to enjoy. This hat is really weird, man. I can't figure this out. It's distracting me.
It's the ears, man.
It's the ears, man. So let's get into all this. We have a lot to discuss. We are going to go into details of Guardians of the Galaxy. We are not going to spoil very much on it. We won't spoil the ride. We will discuss the ride and our personal feelings on it and how much. See, look, I'm already trying to fix the hat. So for those not watching and listening on the podcast, I'm wearing a backwards hat with Mickey ears on it, and it's a little distracting on video. So
Yeah, it looks weird on you.
It does.
Maybe
Takes away.
turn it to the side, like something like that, or.
See, the problem is if you wear it to the front, the ears fall back.
That's actually not that bad.
It's not that bad. See, now my hair's all donked. We'll go backwards again.
Okay.
It is early, Chip. It's early. It's this one ear. It's the one. Okay. I'm sure nobody wants to hear about the Mickey ears on my head. So let's get into content gathering first. So you guys flew down from North Carolina. This time you had no issues, unlike your last flight when you guys tried to come down here where it was canceled, delayed, canceled.
Yeah.
This one, smooth. You guys got in really quick. You were here by 10 a.m., 10:30?
Yeah, roundabout.
Excellent. And then you basically had to, you guys
Disney
checked
put me up
into,
in this really nice room at Coronado Springs Tower.
which, by the way, we will be going live from on Saturday. You and I together doing a live resort tour.
Yeah.
So check it out, guys. We'll be live on the Chip and Company YouTube page this Saturday from Coronado Springs Resort. Yeah, they put you up there. Destino Tower?
Yes. Grand Destino Tower.
I'm sorry, Grand Destino Tower. I don't want to take away from the Imagineers who built that. And then you had to get right over to the Contemporary Resort.
Because the room wasn't ready, we had to drop off our bags. So I was bagless. I was like a homeless person.
It's my new game, homeless or hipster at Disney.
You know something? What I used to do. This is a fun little story. Whenever you book a trip at Disney, I can't do this anymore because I'm old. But I used to book trips to Disney, and then on that last day, what I would do is I would book the first flight in the morning. So let's say we're leaving. Today is our last day at the parks.
Right.
I would book that first flight, usually back to Raleigh at like 6 a.m. So I would go today and spend all day at the parks until like midnight, 1 a.m. or whatever.
Oof.
And then I would leave the parks, go and get something to eat, usually at like a Waffle House or something that's open 24 hours.
Yep.
Go from there and then go to the airport and like do a power nap at the airport and then get on that flight first thing in the morning.
You had to be much younger than I am to do that because that is tiring.
Well, it saves you money because you don't need that extra room that one night.
Yeah, it definitely saves you money, and you just got to power through it. I used to love.
If you're riding Magical Express, they pick you up 3 hours early. So if our flight was at 6, I mean you really can't sleep in that time. So
no, and why even bother trying to? I used to love when the park was open that late.
Oh yeah.
I want it to be open that late again, so maybe one day. All right, so let's get into the content gathering. We do want to say thank you so much to Allison and everybody over at the media team who invited Chip and Company out to do this media preview of Guardians and get the content gathering. We really do appreciate being able to be part of it. And so thank you so much to Disney for inviting us out. And we just want to put that up front that we were invited out. So some of this stuff we got a sneak peek because of doing media. So with that out of the way, let's start with what we saw. So they are basically kind of not resetting the 50th anniversary, but kind of showing off some of the stuff that's still to come. There is a lot more to come for this 50th anniversary. I mean, we're in May right now, so we have another 11 months of it, almost a full year, because it goes till April. Yeah, we still have like 2 months before we're halfway.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. This is a long 50th anniversary. Let's start off with some of the food you saw and some of the new food coming. So anything good?
When we walked in, they had it at the Contemporary in the convention center area. You walk in this huge room with all these people and things going on and everything. And probably the first thing I saw was Mickey and Minnie in their iridescent outfits.
That was cool. I saw the pictures of that. I saw the pictures you were sending in. Yeah. And man, was that cool.
I didn't get in to get them a hug, but I always do my selfie with the characters. So if you looked at our Instagram stories, I have some selfies with them.
Yeah. Was it only just Mickey and Minnie?
Yeah. For this, in the daytime, yes, it was just Mickey and Minnie. Later in the day when we did the dinner, that's where the rest of the characters were.
Right. Okay. Because I did see pictures of the other characters out there. Yeah. So that was later in the day.
After the food, after the characters, I went straight for the food.
So anything good on the food wise? We saw, I guess, each one has it listed. Like Cinderella's Royal Table is getting a new sword in the cupcake type thing. There was they showed off what had already come, like the Mr. Toad burger was out there. What stood out to you?
The churros. I came off my diet and they had these little tiny like churro bites, and we kept going up and getting churro bites. I think I had a whole churro by the time everything was said and done. They were good.
Yeah, and by the way, look, real quick. Did you know that Gritty and Elliot can ride together? I just wanted to show you that. Since your Figment used to talk, Gritty now rides Elliot to go to war with your Penguin Figment. Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm sorry they lost last night. That was a tough loss. Just tough.
So back to the churros.
Hey, at least Gritty's not talking to you yet.
Yeah.
That's those penguins. No one likes the penguins. Yeah. Like Gritty? Back to the churros. They were. It was just. I'm getting wound up, man. It's been a late day yesterday, so I got to wake up and do something. Yeah, the churros looked good. 50th anniversary.
They tasted like fruit.
Did they actually give you some?
Yeah, I ate like a whole churro.
I didn't know they were giving out food too.
Yeah, they tasted like Fruity Pebbles. If you like, or I'm sorry, what do they call it? It's not Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops. They said it was strawberry flavored, but it tasted like Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops.
Pop-Tarts? I don't know.
They had a funny name to it. But anyway,
okay.
They were good.
We'll figure out what cereal flavor the churros taste like at some point. Onwards to
so after that we did the announcement. We met with the designers for Fantasmic.
Yeah, and let me preface this by saying all this stuff is coming eventually. The next announcement, obviously with Fantasmic, they did announce it was coming later in 2022, before the end of the year 2022. That is the only thing they said about that time. The food they said was coming within the next 2 or 3 months to different restaurants. Some of the other stuff is coming. Yeah. So Fantasmic. they had a really cool setup and photo op for you, but then they also had one of the new Imagineers or show directors, because they are changing up the show a little bit.
Yeah, they didn't say it in the interview, but a lot of those other sites are saying that they're removing the whole scene with Pocahontas.
Yeah, she's still in the show. So if you look at the press release on it, it does say that they're bringing in Anna, Elsa, a few other characters. Pocahontas is still listed as a character, and they made sure to point that out. Whatever her scene used to be, which I don't remember, is probably being changed out for a new scene with all these characters in there.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta bring in some of these other characters.
Yeah, you have to keep updating the show. Like it was so funny. Like to kind of go off a little bit on something else, like every time you talk to somebody yesterday at Guardians or saw an interview, or Josh Damara would talk, or Jeff Vall would talk, or Zach Ridley, any of these guys would talk, they would go, look, Walt always said we're always in a state of moving forward. And I'm paraphrasing, but always in a state of change, and keep moving and keep building on it and keep getting better. So you need to do that with Fantasmic. You need to do that with all these shows. You need to add something to it every once in a while and make it a little bit more special.
Well, people are going to complain, so they could have cut any scene. And
no, people complain about what?
Let me say, bloggers complain. Some of the bloggers out there, they make a living complaining. So
I'm not even touching that, man. I'm not even going there. So
I've been around enough.
Yeah, you have the seniority in this outfit, so you can say whatever you want. But I will say that there's a lot of negativity on some things, and it's like, okay, well, you could just accept it and tell your audience that this is cool, and the audience will be like, oh, okay, this is cool. You go out there and be like, oh my God, they're removing Pocahontas. This is the worst thing ever. Your whole audience is going to be like, this sucks. The
sky is falling. The sky is falling.
On everything that Disney ever does, the sky is falling.
At some point, if that's all your site is about, is the sky is falling,
we won't mention anyone.
Yeah.
At the Magic.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, let's go over to some cool merchandise. We got two different sets of major merchandise. We did they did show off some of the 50th anniversary merch that a lot of it has already come out. There was maybe one or two pieces that is due to come out at any time now.
Yeah, I picked up the shirt and the mini ears for Lacey. I don't know if you saw her wearing that yesterday.
I did. I noticed the ears.
Yeah, she really wanted it, and I was in Disney Springs and they had it, so I picked it up.
And they're good ears. They look cool. I like it. That's the Shimmer collection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you did get to see, let's talk about Star Wars first. May the 4th be with you. Just happened on May the 4th, which is only
3 days ago.
Yes, thank you.
It feels like a week ago, doesn't it?
It does. It feels like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
The good thing, though, was they dropped a ton of merchandise for that day. Not only that for that day, but some of the stuff is going to be around for a little while, so you can still go out and get some of it. Obviously, you can't get new lightsabers. Those, they only gave 1,000 to Disney's was it Doc Ondar's, and they sold out in 5 minutes. But they did have a few others they showed off. Anything that stood out to you about the Star Wars merchandise?
I really liked, I don't know if you remember this, but remember back in the 80s when they had the Star Wars trading cards?
Oh, I loved them. The Topps trading, I'm all about them.
Yeah. They have pins that are coming out for those trading cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? That wasn't actually trading cards. That was pins?
No, they were pins. And
oh my God, that's so cool.
I remember those. And I think in all that stuff I collected when I was younger, I have in my attic in Tupperware containers. So don't rob me. But I plan on when I retire, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on eBay and sell all my old crap from when I was a kid.
Just find a collector, man. They will buy it.
But I had those. But
one time I love those trading cards. And it's a paper stock that they're on and stuff. What was so funny was a few years ago we went into a Goodwill store and found a box of them.
Oh, wow.
And then next to it was a trunk that somebody shellacked every card onto a trunk. I was like, that's cool. So we bought the
Yeah,
cards,
but you
not the
just
trunk.
ruined all those cards that are probably very valuable.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it's more about showing off and seeing what you have instead of like, look, you have yours in a Tupperware thing in the attic. I would have mine out playing with them.
Yeah. No, I
So
need to retire. I'm not going to do this forever.
you got a few more years in it, buddy. We got a few more years to go here. Let's have some fun.
I don't know. After this event, I'm pretty tired.
You're, I, so wait, okay. So I'm going to go off topic for a second. Follow me
Of
here.
course.
So you and I basically swapped positions here.
Yeah.
You did all the content gathering and the media day, and I stayed back at my office and did all the articles and updated everything, which is what you normally do.
Yeah.
And you do it, and you're like, boom, 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 things are done, things are done. You get so quick. I do it. I'm like, oh my God, I stress. I grew an extra blue hair.
He is so stressed out right now.
So stressful. Oh man, I don't know how you do it. And then by the end,
I'm a computer nerd, so I have like
right.
2 huge screens in front of me, so I can multitask and do all that. And
by the time the day was over, I literally text you and I was just like, we need to swap back. I will go to media and get content. You write the articles. But even you looked a little exhausted, like,
well, I was green.
Man, I don't need to do this anymore.
I was a little green from the ride.
You were a lot green from that ride, man. But either way, you and I worked really well together to get this out. And it felt like when we did Destination D23, that's where you and I really clicked on doing this. Like I was able to get pictures, content, blah, 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 send it off to you. You would have the article up in 5 minutes. And I was so impressed by that. So you did the same thing, only we swapped, and it took me about 10 or 15 minutes per article to get out. And I was like, okay, I can do this. It's going to take, I'm not Chip Confer, that's for sure, but I can do it.
When you have 40,000 articles under your belt over the past, 15 years, something like that? Yeah. I mean, you get pretty good at it.
I'm about to hit 1,000.
Are you?
Already. I was like, dang, that went quick. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up that next time, let's just keep it back the other way because I hate you doing that. Well, it was fun.
This is my first event of 2022.
It is. Yeah. I've done everything else, or Kevin and Allison Joey went out and did Flower and Garden. So yeah, you're tired. You're tired.
Pandora merch.
Pandora. Let's go into merch. We were talking about Star Wars. There was some cool stuff. I did like the new Spirit jersey. A little teal, a little weird, a little too bright for me, but the design and styles all look pretty cool.
The Pandora black one is for sale on Shop Disney. If you want the link, it's on our Facebook page.
Let's talk Pandora. So I got to see Doctor Strange last night, and before Doctor Strange was the preview for Avatar 2. Way of the Water, something like that. So, just awesome. I was blown away. But then I didn't realize that Pandora opened up almost 5 years ago on May 27th of this year. It'll be the 5th anniversary of it.
Yeah, crazy, right?
It's crazy. I did not where's the time gone? I did not. 5 years already? You're killing me. But they are coming out with 5th anniversary merch, which I thought was cool. They have 4 different collections that are going to come out. What did you think of it? I'm looking for my notes because I actually wrote it down what's coming out, and now I can't find it. So
I like it, but it's not really anything I would wear.
Yeah, I didn't think it was anything special. And I hate to be I'm not trying to be negative, but nothing really was like, oh, wow, this says 5th anniversary to me. This is special. It just was like, here's new merch for the year.
Well, think about it this way. Like the relationship between Universal and Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. The Harry Potter merch is very limited when it comes out, but it's really good stuff. Mm-hmm. This is a relationship between Disney and what's that dude's name? But anyway.
James Cameron.
Yeah, James Cameron. The collection is just not wearable like the Harry Potter stuff is, I think. Mm-hmm. I see where they're trying to tie it in, but Harry Potter's relatable. Pandora, Avatar, whatnot. It's not really, I mean, you could be one of those people that really love the movie and don't mind wearing the V stuff, but not really my thing.
I love Avatar. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. 3D. That I saw that on IMAX probably 15 times.
It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing I would wear.
What I will say though is the ride Flight of Passage and the new movie tie in.
Okay.
And I sat there and I was like, oh, that's impressive.
That's sort of like how Guardians ties into Epcot.
Yeah. Just their Imagineering team out of this world. And we're going to get into that more in a second. So yeah, there's 5th anniversary stuff. Some of it is out already. The rest of it is coming out in the next month. May 27th is the 5th anniversary of Pandora Avatar Land over at Animal Kingdom, which I think my wife literally just walked out the door to go to Animal Kingdom to meet Lacey.
Okay. Are you going to get a reservation and be there that day? You got to ride both rides on the 27th.
I guess.
Go live.
I'm like the only person who's like, yeah, it's Avatar Land, whatever.
Yeah, you got to go.
I love Avatar. I will go and ride it. I will go deal with it. But I'm not like the only thing really great there is Satuli Cafe or Satuli Cantina.
This? How about this? Since it's a 5th anniversary, May 27th, you go live for 5 hours from Pandora in Animal Kingdom.
Gritty says no, Chip. Long live the Flyers.
Could you do 5 hours from the Animal Kingdom on the 27th?
I could. I'm not going to.
Oh man, you got to.
Not going to happen.
Message us on the
45 minutes, and then like seriously, we'll go on to go ride a ride, and it'll get like the signal will look cruddy or something, and I will get very frustrated that the signal doesn't look perfect, and then I'll just be like, I'm done. I hate this.
If everybody messages either the Facebook page or over on our whatchamacallit page, if they do that and say that they want you to do it, our podcast page, sorry, I'm still drinking coffee. If they message the podcast, if we have say 10 people in any form whatsoever say that they
How
want
about
you to
this? For every 10 people, I will do an hour.
Okay.
That works.
Okay.
Because I could possibly do that. Because I could probably do Animal Kingdom because I could go on a few rides and stuff because you do keep signal on some of those rides.
I'm not saying
I could spend an hour just talking about the Tree of Life, if not more. And I've done it before. So it's possible. Do I want to do it?
Everybody, Greg is going to be live for 5 hours from Disney Animals Kingdom for the 5th anniversary of Pandora.
Oh, I don't know how that just happened. What?
It's for charity.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Onwards and upwards. So we did they were showing off magic bands, which I don't even want to go back into the whole thing of the last week, what happened at World of Disney and stuff, but we happen to own our own magic bands because we were there early. But they did give us a peek of magic bands and Hey Disney.
Hey, where are my magic bands?
I don't know. I gave them to you.
You did?
Yeah. I also gave you a nice Epcot bag. I thought that was cool.
Hey, you keep talking. I'm going to look for them.
I'm going to randomly talk. So, Chip is in his hotel room, obviously at Destino Tower, recording this, and you can actually see him rummaging through his luggage. And he actually had it with him yesterday. Oh, speaking of that, what are we going to over at Epcot? Look at this man; he has no clue what he's doing. This is like the day in the life of him. See,
boom.
We're going to take him to the parks, and we're going to try him out because apparently they are working with the 50th statues right now. So, Chip, tell us about the magic bands and the interaction, because they showed off how they're actually going to work. They talked about the 2 new interactive games that you're going to be able to play with them. And then they showed off a cool video of Harmonious and Enchantment going off with interaction with the bands.
Yeah, it was really cool. They wouldn't let us keep any of the bands, but they let us try them out. We picked out the ones we wanted. I had a princess one. And you walk up to the statue and you wave at it and it goes off and Mickey interacts and everything. That was really cool. And then, like you said,
you talk. I'm going to go grab mine. You talk for a second.
Okay. So you walk up and you wave your arm at Mickey, and then he talks to you. So that was really cool. And then they showed you the one for the Bounty Hunter, which is a really cool game that interacts with your My Disney experience. And then what was the other game? Oh, there was an actual game with all the statues. So it's not just walking up to Mickey.
Yes, this game is you are helping Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell has left a little pixie dust in your magic band, and you can help Tinkerbell find all of her friends all around this Disney World parks. She will lead you to the next one. If you wave your magic band around a little bit, she will sprinkle some pixie dust on the character. The character will talk to you. If you have the My Play Disney app, they will check off everyone that you got. Did you just throw that? What would have been funny is if you threw that and I was like, and I caught it.
Hey, Greg, catch.
Thanks.
Oh, no, wait. You want the box? Here, I'll give you the box. Catch.
Wait. Go. Okay, go.
Hey, Greg, here.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I gotta come. Yeah, it's tough. Okay, ready?
Oh, magic.
Oh, that worked.
Wow.
That worked. Look at that. Oh, that was great. All right, we just got to edit out everything else before that. That was
You're
awesome.
holding the box the wrong way. Hold it this way. Wait, you've already used yours. And then when you...
Hold on. Everything just went.
Sorry, I threw it too hard. I knocked your phone over.
Oh my God. Stop playing.
Everybody can tell that Holly is not there because she would have smacked you by now.
Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to lose. The phone fell. My ears moved. I'm plugged into my phone. We're back to. We're good. We're good.
All right.
Where were we? Magic Band. Okay, so if you're
start.
playing this Tinkerbell game, she'll lead you to different parks and different statues. You'll get achievements for each park, and then you'll get a major achievement for each for doing the whole all 4 parks. The other game was Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Batu Bounty Hunters, which is a lot to say, where you will, with the My Play app, you'll be able to interact with the band, and it's basically a game of like hot or cold. So the bands themselves light up different colors, and then they have haptic feedback, so they vibrate with your wrist. The closer you get to your target that you're looking for, the harder it'll vibrate. The color will keep like green, you're getting closer, red, you're getting further, or however they do it. Probably red means hot, you're getting hotter. Once you find what you're looking for or close, you can then use the My Play app and scan the area, get your bounty, you take it back to the Bounty Hunter Guild area, which they're finishing up, and you get paid for it. And by paid, I mean you get coins and credit in your My Play. And we don't know if those credits are going to be worth anything or be able to buy anything. But yeah, it's a really cool interactive 2 games that they're coming out with. Kind of reminds me of, what was that, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom?
Yep.
Or Pirates 7 Adventure in Adventureland. I hope they have more of that coming out. So those seem really cool. So, all right, show off your Magic Band.
Oh, yeah. Let me get it off the charger here.
Yeah, show the charger too. Yeah. So you have black and blue.
Yeah, here's the blue ones in the box. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know how do you turn it on?
A little button in the back.
Oh, is that
you just press it once, it'll go green.
Ooh, there
yep.
It goes. Is that it?
Yeah. Oh, look, mine goes to different colors.
Oh, did you press it again?
No. I've connected it to my phone already.
Oh,
so see, now it's red because it's connected to my phone.
All right, well, that's cool.
Yeah. If you hold it down, it goes blue then red because it's trying to find a Bluetooth.
Okay.
You just got to hold it until you feel the little vibrate.
Yep.
And then there you go. And then it'll go to red in 20 seconds.
Beep, beep.
So, yeah. I really thought that the Magic Band Plus being shown with Harmonious and Enchantment is really cool. For those that are like, it's new, it's not going to replace the old Magic Bands. The old Magic Bands still work. At the price point of $29.99 for the generic ones and $49.99 for the ones that have characters on them, great price point. Look, if you're buying a Magic Band anyway, or if you like the Magic Band, this is just something new that'll interact with everything. It's cool. It's just something cool, man. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to poo-poo it. It's just something fun to do. Look, if my wrist lights up and it looks like fireworks are going off during the fireworks show, that's cool, man. Thank Disney. Like, it's just something, instead of just having a plain old generic Magic Band, it lights up. If I can walk by and have Mickey Mouse say, "Hey, Greg," I'm cool, man. That's awesome. Or even say, "Hey, pal." Mickey talks to me every time I walk by. I'm a happy man. If Figment says something to me as I walk by him in Epcot, again, it's just cool. So I'm really behind these Magic Bands. I really enjoy them. I've already heard some negative stuff about it, and it's like you guys are nitpicking anymore. So I'm just
ignoring
awesome.
You while I connect to my phone.
Yeah, it'll just show up as like Magic Band, blah, 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 number C519 or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever they do. Yeah, so that was content gathering. They had a bunch of stations. They had some really cool photo ops there. Mickey and Minnie were there. You got to go inside of a giant Mickey balloon popcorn.
Yeah, I was eating the popcorn in the picture.
The scene, I thought that scene was awesome. They had a scene where you could hold up a bunch of balloons. What else? I mean, to me, it was like, it was a cool event, but I know they rushed you through it because they were trying to get so many people and so many influencers and media people through the queues to get everything.
Yeah.
So I know it was like you had to get 10 hours worth of information done in an hour, which is very stressful for anybody doing that.
Bluetooth.
There you go.
Multipass.
So yeah, I think you did a great job. Thank you so much for doing that for all of the Chip and Co family out there who loves to see that stuff and some behind the scenes stuff. And so the nice thing about doing Disney Media is they for all the work and content that you put out for them during the year, they normally end up then giving you a cool dinner or something special that is for you. And it's basically a way to put your camera down and just enjoy being around your peers and being around the Disney people. You can have a real conversation that is off the record. And then this one was, you had two events. You got to go to Drawn to Life first. Oh, three events, excuse me. Drawn to Life, followed by dinner at Hollywood Studios where Indiana Jones takes place. So you got to basically have dinner on the stage there. Or on the floor, or whatever.
Life, I had a family emergency had to take care of, so Lacey went to that in my place.
Right.
She loved it. Like she said it's the best show she's ever seen.
It is the most Walt Disney thing at Walt Disney World Resorts.
Yeah.
I constantly say that. It is a magical show. I will do nothing but say great things about Drawn to Life. Dinner, Indiana Jones. How was that?
That was really good. They had a lot of good food. Dee Capella was there singing. They had all the characters in their iridescent outfits. They were all there. And
I'll interrupt to say this real quick about Dee Capella. Great kids, great young adults, great voices. So you were there on May the 4th. So you were in Hollywood Studios on May the 4th, which we'll get to the second part in a minute because that makes it special. But Dee Capella that morning had just not easy for me. Just premiered. I need more coffee. Just premiered their version of Star Wars Cantina song. Yes, so they came out and they did a few songs, including the world premiere of the Cantina song done by them.
Did I put that on our Instagram?
You put the other song up. No, maybe you did. Somebody put it up. I saw them playing it live. Again, this hat just does not want to stay right. Now it looks all crooked. Jeff Volley came out, Josh Damara came out, and they spoke a little bit and kind of said thank you so much for all you do. And then they fed you and had a really the characters were out, correct? Oh,
Yes.
you had the 50th anniversary characters. So Chip and Dale were there in one photo op. Daisy and Donald were there. Goofy and Pluto. Were Mickey and Minnie there, or were they just back at the other
Mickey and Minnie were there.
So you got all the 50th iridescent outfit characters as photo ops, and they interacted and were given hugs. By the way, hugs are back in Disney, so you could go right up to the character and hug them and get some great interaction with them.
Everybody but me.
Yeah. Yeah, I kept on yelling at you for that. I would text Chip like every few minutes. I'm like, did you hug them? Did you get a picture of you saying hi? He's like, no, I just filmed them.
No, I did. I do selfies with them, but I don't.
Yes. I thought it was awesome. I of all things I was jealous about was that, and then this next thing. So May the 4th is cool, especially if you're down here, because you can go celebrate May the 4th at Batu, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it is special and it is amazing to do. You got to go into Batu and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge when it was dead empty. They closed it all down. It was after hours and had a dessert party with all the characters out there, bunch of celebrities, and it was empty, and you got to ride all the rides if you wanted to. So you basically had about an hour and a half or whatever to be in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge empty on May the 4th.
That is actually the second or third time that's happened to me, because didn't they open, I'm trying to remember when they opened Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge. I was there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened there. They had a dessert party.
That opened first, correct?
Yeah, that opened first.
Okay.
Then I was there for the one in Disney World, opening of that. I'm not sure if they were on May the 4th or not. It's a long time ago, but
I want to say like a June or something like that. It was weird.
That was the third time I've actually had a dessert party and everything open to us. So that was the third time. You've never done it, but I have 3 times.
Did you just kick me while I was down? You're like, yeah, you've never done it. Yeah, you know what? That like on a side note, I did get to go to the Star Cruiser, so one or the other. Yeah. So how was that? Did you see anything special? Did you guys do anything?
That was really fun. Probably the highlight of the night, and you're gonna say this is weird, but we were walking along, Dusty from Mice Chat and then Deanna from Disney Dorks. Which I
met both of them this week. I've met Deanna in the past. I met Dusty with you. So thanks for the introduction. I love meeting other outlets and other people.
Yeah, so we're walking along and we just see Chewbacca. He was interacting with some people and I was following him. And we go into where all the shops are in Galaxy's Edge. And we were looking at the different merch because all the merch areas were open. And I didn't see anybody buying anything, but we were all just kind of window browsing. And there's this cast member there, and we're just talking with her a little bit and joking around. Her name was Alexis. And so I'm standing there talking to her, and Jodie Benson is like down towards where you pick up the Ronto wraps there. Mm-hmm. She was walking our direction. I've seen Jodie several times. And so she goes, and I said, as she's walking by, I said, "Hey, Jodie," and I said, "Can I get a selfie with you?" And she's like, "Sure, sure." And I didn't even take the picture. I just held my camera up, and I was trying to hide what I was saying. And I said, "Jodie, this cast member she loves you so much, and she would never go over and say anything to you. But is there any way you can maybe go over and say hello to her, talk with her for a second?" And she's like, yeah. And she walks over and talks with this cast member. And the girl is like in tears. She cannot believe it. And I got a picture of her meeting Jodie. And I got several other pictures of the whole encounter. I ended up afterwards getting her phone number from her. And I sent her pictures of the experience. But Jodie was just so professional, so nice, talking to her. This girl is crying. She can't believe it's her favorite princess. She's there working, and she's been struggling a little bit in her personal
Right.
life and everything, but that to her meant the world to her.
That's the magic. That is a great story. Listen, that's one of the magic of being at Disney World is you never know when you're going to have those interactions with people.
Yeah.
You
So-
got to also see Jody and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Yeah, interact, or Jody was being chased, or Chewbacca was chasing people, something like that. Whatever that was really cool.
That was the
and
highlight
also-
of the night for the cast member to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's just awesome to hear. And then the only thing I can think of is a what if crossover between Ariel and Chewbacca now. Like that's the next Disney crossover. No, listen, Jody Benson
Mary and the Mermaid
is Disney royalty, kind of like John Stamos is Disney royalty, Eric Goldberg, like people that you talk to, they're Disney royalty. Look, she is Ariel. You'll never think of anybody else as Ariel. You'll always go back to Jody Benson. Hopefully we may haven't. Go ahead.
Did I tell you I actually had dinner with Jody Benson?
Did you have dinner with Jody Benson? Was Chewbacca there?
We had dinner together. It was really nice. Dee Capella was there, all the characters, and probably 1,000 other people were around. But it was nice.
You know what? You had dinner with Jody Benson and Jeff Ball and Josh D'Amaro, and
they were all there too.
Look, Chewbacca was in the same park.
Do what?
Chewbacca was in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
I mean, different. I mean, same park. So you had dinner with him too.
The voice of Mickey Mouse was there.
Yeah, Ashley Eckstein was there. Ahsoka herself.
Yeah.
You had dinner with Ahsoka, Ariel, and Chewbacca, and the CEO of Disney. Oh man,
she's like 2 tables over from me.
Joe Rohde must be really. See, that's why Joe Rohde has lunch with you, because you're famous. I was going to go into Rise of the Resistance and all that stuff, but we could skip that. Let's go over to the ride. Let's go to the next day, because this is what people tune in for. We're going to zip through the beginning parts, and we will give you our viewpoints on the actual coaster itself during this. So let's start off in the morning, which was an early morning. You guys got to go over there, and you were one of the first people into the Nova Corps area. And in that area, you walk right into Star-Lord and Gamora having a dance-off.
They came out, and it was very much like the interaction that you get at in Disneyland in front of Mission Breakout, where the characters come out and interact with people, and they do a dance-off. They do a lot of fun stuff with people. So it was really cool. I mentioned Footloose. Oh, you can't stand the hat. I mentioned Footloose. He loved that. He talked with me a little bit about that. So
wait. So you talked to him about Footloose.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Okay. Did you know that is mentioned in the Guardians queue?
Yes.
I did not know that until so. All right. Anyway, go ahead. We'll get into that in a second. I have something to talk about the queue real quick.
Well, I know the different things to say to characters to get them to go off on a little tangent, and I knew Kevin Bacon was a keyword for him. So
that's awesome. I'm trying to pull up my photos. You got to go in early, and they did special photo ops. That they're going. Everybody can get the photo op done
with an Imagineer. So one of the Imagineers walked us through the ride and talked with us all the way through. So if you go to YouTube and watch the queue video that I did, you'll see that.
When you went through the first time, was everything on?
Yes.
Okay. So the first time I went through, nothing was on because people were giving interviews all throughout the queue.
Yeah.
Wasn't until later when I finally went through, and then they turned everything back on because the interview section was over. And So anyway, I'm trying not to say much about it until we get through all this other stuff. So
that first room that you walk into will blow your mind. Just
blow your mind. Yeah. You did do the ride. You got video. You did the queue, and you got video.
Did the 2 shows that are there, because there's 2 pre-shows that happen before you get on the ride, and it's really cool. That's where you see Glenn Close and Terry cruise.
I would almost say there is definitely more than 2 pre-shows. Like there's 2 pre-show rooms.
Yeah.
But as you're going through the queue, there is a show. The first room with the ceiling in the room itself. Mm-hmm. Then you go into that one area where they explain the planet and everything else. And then they have backstories. And then they have a pre-show about the Nova Corps ship. And then a pre-show talking to the Guardians. And then they have a pre-show. Like, so would you consider those just queue elements, or is that pre-show also?
I would say they're queue elements, just to keep you busy. They're really good. Don't get me wrong, but it's really good.
They're really good, man. Like you can see my excitement about this because yeah. Okay, so you got to ride with Imagineer. He explained the queue as you went through and gave you a little bit of knowledge about it. And the video you did, I thought was excellent. And then you did a live again later on where you took everybody through the queue and explained it to us. And I thought you did a fabulous job because you took all that information and were able to give it back to us really well.
I was speaking a little bit in that first video. I don't know if you noticed because I was really excited to get on the ride.
Okay. By the time I went live, Chip, and I think you could tell, my voice was like 3 octaves up.
Yeah, you were past meeting a character level.
Yeah, it was.
Here's you normal. Here's you when you meet a character. Mm-hmm. You were like up here.
I was way over top, but yeah, you did. You were able to give us the information. I thought that 20-minute video is really well done. So guys, go check out the Chip and Company YouTube page, or you can go back on the Chip and Company Facebook page and rewatch your live on Facebook. You had a lot of interaction on that. A lot of people were very excited.
It's been a while since I've done a live too.
Yeah, it's like riding a bicycle, I guess.
Yeah.
You pick it up. You're really good at it. That's obviously why you're you.
But I actually trained you, so.
Yes, you trained me, and then I adapted and became me. So
you took everything that I taught you and then threw it out the window.
I was like, "This is not what I'm doing. I'm doing it this way." No, you did train me. And look, it shows. You can see where there's certain things that I do that you had taught me, but then we just adapted things. That's all because I don't know how to follow rules. What?
I said you have your style. I have my style.
Yeah, and it works. Like I'm really happy to be part of this. Like we definitely have fans out there, and it's cool.
Yeah, so either you
and
like
we also
guy,
have haters.
Like
I love the haters.
Or dumb guy.
Yeah, it's dumb guy and dumb guy. Excuse me. We're not going to go into the ride yet. You did ride it. You rode it twice. But when you got out, you got to see the new Treasures of Xandar store. Yeah. I'm looking at the merch right now. I got in there later when it was dead empty and was able to take my time in there. You were in there and it was like everybody, a free for all. They were doing a good job explaining it. I don't mean free, but there was a lot of people in there.
Yeah, they were doing interviews on the side there.
Yeah.
There were just a lot of bloggers and people there getting pictures and video. Lou was there. He was live. You know how Lou is live all the time too. So
Lou's great.
Yeah.
Lou's great. And he's fun.
Yeah. He was trying on a jacket and I was making fun of him in his live video.
Yeah. So funny about Lou. And I give Lou props, especially because he is the Disney podcast god out there. Yeah. Well deserved too, because he's gotten a lot of major people and he's very well informed, smart individual. Always, hey Greg, just the most cool, casual. Hey Greg, it's so funny. I saw him while we were doing. He's like, hey man,
yeah, that's it. Hey buddy,
that's
how's
it.
Fun?
Hey man. That's so. But what I was going to say was, you know how you taught me to do lives and stuff like that. He taught me how to work a media event a little bit, where he was just like, look, always be first. If there's ever a dinner, always be first in line and run to the center table. Best pictures in the place. Yeah. I was like, so since that point, I've always been first in line with him normally and do the Lou Mangello run to the front table.
I've been with Lou at so many media events over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Panda are the two.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Panda. I love Panda. I have nothing but amazing things to say about that man. And he was so excited. Him and I talked last night and got to ride Guardians together. So that was fun.
Oh,
and And by the time you and I were going to ride it, you were like, I'm done. So you and I didn't go. We went through the queue. We didn't ride it together.
Yeah.
Merchandise.
So can I tell people that if you're prone to motion sickness like I am, take Dramamine. I'm going to do that on Saturday before we go. It did after the set. The first time I was fine. I was a little bit loopy. Like you get that, just that little tinge in the back of your head. But after that second time, even with an hour break in between, and I actually got some food and something to drink.
Yeah.
That pushed me over the edge. And I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I can't ride it the rest of the day.
Yeah, well, I'll get to my story on that in a second. Merchandise. Anything special you saw in the merchandise that you thought was really cool? Either in the room Treasures of Xandar or the actual merchandise that's going to be for sale. Anything good?
I like the blue collection that they had. They had some really cool lounge flies and hats. That
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, and on the front it had the Xandarian
like a
guards.
Badge.
Yeah. Yep. The jacket looks really cool because it has the badge on the sleeve or on the arm. And what's really cool is each one of I'm looking at them now, they each have like a raised kind of pattern in it. So when you put it on, there's a raised section.
My biggest complaint with the collection was it's all like long sleeve stuff. Who the heck is going to wear long sleeves in Florida?
Yeah, there's a ringer that's short sleeve, and then they had the red shirt.
But the stuff I really liked was all long sleeve.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Some of the Save the Galaxy stuff is all long sleeve. And then anything that was really short sleeve was kid size.
Yeah. They did give me this hat, and I got a fanny pack. Hold on, let me find it.
Your fanny pack is awesome, by the way. Wait till you guys see this. Like, there's some really cool built-in stuff that he has in there. That as a child of the 80s, like I was born in the 70s, but I grew up in the 80s. Man, it's Flashback City on it. And I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. I think that's the coolest merch that you could have gotten.
Yeah, I got a fanny pack. I got the hat.
Show them the inside. Show them the inside.
Inside. So inside, they gave me a battery pack. Guardians of the Galaxy. Very nice. It's thin. It has both connections on it. So people, well, no, this is DVI, or they're both.
People don't care. Come on, get to the next thing. Get to the next thing.
Sorry. So I got a cassette tape inside.
Yes.
And you
wait. Shake it again. Shake it again. Hold on. Shake it again.
It's like a cassette tape.
It sounds like a tape.
And then you pull it out, and it's a speaker.
That is so cool, man. It's a speaker, but it sounds, I am blown away. It sounds just like a real cassette tape. Like just that kinetic feel of opening it and getting that sound. And it's so visceral. That is visceral to me.
Oh, in the Bluetooth, you won't believe this. It says awesome mixtape.
So cool. That's the best merch you could have gotten, I thought, of all day. I was like, whoever designed that, bravo. That is a great job. Just that sound of how that tape sounds inside the case, brilliant. So anyway, we got to hurry up and get through this. Speaking of cassette tapes, did you like the bag that looks like the cassette tape and has like the Walkman?
Yeah, that was really cool.
I thought that was cool. I think that's going to be a hot seller. The cups, they're very weird. Like they look like they stand on something and there's openings and it just.
Yeah, I actually wanted to get one of those.
The red collection is really cool. Inside there though, they have the collector is talking. I thought the cool thing though was the big statue of Baby Groot. I think that's going to be the highlight there. I think people are going to be making TikToks and there's copyright claim right there. Let's not go any further. But it works.
Yeah, it does work. It's good.
Oh my God. Too. Every time you put down that case tape, I'm like, that's a cassette. I know that sound from my childhood.
Cable and then instructions on the inside.
Gosh, so cool, man. They did have Star-Lord's jacket for sale in there, which was a hot commodity a few months ago. People were going nuts. Treasures of Xandar, the store itself, I thought was well done. It's the brand new gift shop. It's going to be packed the first few days, guys. So trust me, they do have a lot of merch. They have a lot there for everybody to buy. There's no reason to run in there and try and beat everybody up on day one. It's cool, but it's small, but dang, is it cool. Really well done. All right, let's get over to, let's talk about the after party for a second. Because I'm delaying talking about the ride. I did the after party. You had to, unfortunately, go back to the hotel. We had to tag team this one. You had to go back to the hotel because there was website issues that you were able to fix right away. But you had to be back
on trips.
Yeah. Or something always happens. Speaking of that, we got to refresh the site for today. Because there's a show tonight and they use our website. So we have to refresh it at some point. There we go. See, thanks. Reminded me. Which we'll say hi to Pete McDevitt and everybody. Hi, guys. We will see you tonight. The after party was over the top, so spectacular, ridiculous. It was so Disney. Just, they had a band playing all the hits from the ride. They were playing all the hits from the whole movie. They were doing Awesome Mix Tape Part 1, Part 2, and Cosmic Rewind, the remix.
Oh, were they?
Yes. And every song had flames and fireworks and steam and bubbles and cannon and confetti and every few seconds. So it wasn't like it just happened at the end. It was like every few beats something would blow up or something would go off, man. I felt the flames like a few 100 feet away. That's how hot it was getting. They did have adult beverages that looked cool. They had some amazing food. There was celebrities everywhere. And then at the same time, they were letting you ride as many times as you want to ride. They let you ride. Gamora and Star-Lord were there. Josh and Jeff were there. Let's see. Jody Benz was there. Brent Irwin, Ashley Eckstein, Zach Ridley, which is my man crush out there. Yes, I'm married, but I have a man. Zach Ridley's just so cool. I'm kidding, by the way. But what an interesting human being he is.
JoJo Siwa was there.
JoJo Siwa. I know she is a Disney fan apparently, and my wife was a little jealous.
I didn't know who she was, but she.
Well, I heard you rode the ride with her.
We rode it together.
There you go. I mean, look. By way of that, I rode Guardians of the Galaxy with JoJo Siwa also. I sat in the same seat.
We were in the same park together.
Oh, man. All right. Enough of all this other stuff. Let's get to the ride itself. The queue, simply amazing. The two pre-shows are... It sets... this. I don't know how to do this without giving stuff away, so I'm trying not to. So give me a moment to get my words together properly. When you go in and see the pre-show, from the queue itself, when you have the queue elements, is all telling you a story. You get to the first pre-show, it expands on that story. You get to the second pre-show, and the whole story comes into focus. So there is a massive story going into you actually riding the roller coaster itself.
They tie in Epcot or the attraction into Epcot. It's just when you see
literally they tie in Walt Disney and how he built Epcot into Guardians of the Galaxy. What?
That blew my mind when I was listening to how they did that in the different videos that you see and everything.
That queue element that explains that could be one of the coolest things I've ever seen at Walt Disney World. Just, it blew my mind, man. And I was so impressed by the storytelling because that builds onto why you're riding this or why you know the Xandarians and why they came here and what it has to do with Walt Disney and Epcot and Epcotarians, whatever they call.
Epcot.
So well done. And then you get to the actual pre-show and they explain why you have to go on the ride. And then the next one, it tells you what happened, how you're going to fix it, what the ride does for you. And then you get to the ride itself. and it tells you this whole story, and it comes to a grand conclusion while you're on the ride. The ride itself, Chip, I want to know. So here's how I'm going to explain it.
You do that while I'm working.
Okay, most people are going to say it's like Gringotts. Most people are going to be like it's better or on par with Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah,
they're going to
said that in the live video.
Yeah, or they're going to compare it to other things. I think we're doing it a disservice by doing that. And I think we're all, every blogger, everybody influencer, everybody's going, it's better than, it's like this. It's not. It is its own thing. When you go on this ride and it does what it does, it is unlike any ride we've ever been on.
No, there's nothing like it. I only compared it to Gringotts just so you have an idea, like how you're sitting and whatnot. But it's
that's the only thing. And okay, there's video stuff, but it's not like Gringotts because it's how the technology is done is so different. There's points in there that I saw and I just went, I want to see this with the lights on, but I don't ever want to see it with lights on because I don't want it ruined. It's so well done that I never want to see the wizard behind the curtain. You go through this ride and it is a roller coaster. So there's 2 launch points. You are going fast. There's no spinning like Mad Hatter's Tea Party. There's none of that stuff. It moves you to the direction it wants you to face to further along the story. So not once do you go, oh my God, I'm spinning. But you are on a coaster, but there's all these visuals going on in different areas. And at one point I thought I was seeing the same screens that I just saw, but I was nowhere near those screens. I was a few hundred yards away from that at a whole different area, seeing the same thing. It's so smooth, the transition between each cue.
Now, let me ask you this. When I wrote it both times, I had the same Pat Benatar song.
No.
You got my favorite song, which is Flock of Seagulls.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping I would get that one. But did you hear all the times that you wrote it? Because you wrote it how many times?
9. I ended the day with 9. And I could have gone more.
So they have 6 different songs on there. Did you hear 6 different songs?
No, I did not hear Congo and I did not hear September. I heard 4 songs. In 9 rides, I heard 4 songs. I think I heard the Pat Benatar song like 4 times, though. Everyone else was just like 1. That Pat Benatar song, though, I think worked the best on the ride.
Yeah, it did. Don't get me wrong. I like Pat Benatar.
No. Everybody's going to have a favorite song. Like, I wish I got September because I thought that would groove and be really fun to do.
You've never been on Mission Breakout out in California.
No. And I'm okay with that. I will never go on it.
That when they added
I'm not a Tower of Terror fan.
They added the new music and everything, it made the ride. So in this instance, these songs and talking with the different people, remember when we were standing in line and we were talking to the guy? Those songs make the ride. So
well timed. Each one is timed perfectly in that ride. So each upbeat, downbeat has a reason it's there.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish I could tell people more about the inside. Look, you're not going to ever be able to get a great ride point of view on there because it is pitch black, with the screens and stuff that keeps your eyes focused on where you're supposed to focus. I will give you a trick and tip people out there if you're riding it the first time. At some point, you're going to see a giant moon. Keep your eyes focused on the moon. Don't look away until you leave that moon area, because that's where people are getting sick. They're like, oh, what's over there? And the moon's spinning by them. And it makes people, I've heard a few people like, oh, I got nauseous at that point. But if you focus on the moon, you will not get nauseous. There's my hot tip.
I have never been on a ride like that in my life. Ever.
Never been on a ride like that. And I finally decided, I guess while we were live on YouTube, which I'll get to in a second, I decided I couldn't compare it to anything anymore.
I would say, if you would say Gringotts is a Geo Metro, and then Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is a Porsche 911.
More like a Bugatti.
A Bugatti? Okay. Something.
This is so we'll get into ranking in a second. When I went live, it was really cool because I was able to go live and show the ride twice while live on YouTube. So you can go back and watch that. On the YouTube video, you can see the party, you can see the fireworks, you can see some of the food, you can see the drinks. Ignore the first 25 minutes of it because we were stuck in line and Disney was always late. But I was the first person to be able to go live on the ride.
Yeah, I was watching that. You were like right in front of you.
And I was like, let's do it again.
Yeah. You were, they were like, hey, yeah, go for it.
That'll never be done again. You will never be able to do that again. Because they want you to shut off your device. You're not allowed to pull out your device on the ride. At one point in the ride, it's very adamant. They're like, shut off your device, not shut it off, but please still put it away. Do not pull it out. There is no live. There is no pictures. There's no video after this point. So nobody will ever be able to do that again unless they illegally do it. I am proud to have the only video of a live feed for Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you very much.
I also did a first too, Greg. I am probably the first person to ever chicken out on the ride and have to do the walkthrough, the walk of shame.
You did do the walk of shame. Not only did you do the walk of shame once, but you did it like 4 times. Oh, you are we are the first at Connection Cafe and the first to do the walk of shame at Guardians. I'm proud of us.
I wear that badge proudly on my Epcot shirt.
Oh man, that's brilliant. How was the walkout?
The cast members kind of looked at me funny. They're like, really?
After you did it, I did see a few other people like, I'm following that guy. And I saw a bunch of people just go through the queue and they were like, I'm not getting on that ride. Yeah. Man, did they miss something. Honestly, though, you can go back and watch that. Go ahead.
If you're prone to motion sickness and you don't want to ride it, at least get in the line, experience everything up into the ride, because the walk of shame is right there whenever they split the people up to go on the two different tracks. So you can experience everything, all the shows and everything else.
Yeah. And listen, this is going to be a people eater. A lot of people are going to go there. They have 10 trains that can run on 2 separate tracks. 20 on the track, 20 people per, and the ride is like 2.5 minutes from the time you get on to the time you get off is like 2 minutes 31 seconds.
I thought it was 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's if they stop at that last show and add that. A few times we just kind of slowly went through that and it kept moving. So yeah. So 2 to 3 minutes, you're on the ride. 20 people per cart. There's 10 carts. I don't know how many they can run at once, but they were definitely running a bunch at one time. I definitely saw 2 other carts, or it could have been the same car, or could have been the back of our own cart. It's that confusing. Yeah, so it's going to eat people up. It's going to get people through. A lot of people. It's not going to be a 2-3 hour wait. You're going to get through it pretty quickly. I think this virtual queue that they're doing is not going to last very long. I think they're going to open it up pretty quickly because it's designed that well. If you're stuck in the queue is absolutely the best queue I've ever seen. The story it tells, everything about it tells is great. What would you say, Chip, on this ride? Is it a great ride? Is it a good ride? Where does it rank for you?
I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason why I don't give it a perfect 10 is just because it is very motion heavy, and it's the launch backwards is what did it for me. I can't, when I do Expedition Everest, that launch backwards, I just can't do it. It just, but I mean, it is a great ride. It is along the same lines as the Star Wars ride. It is just one of the best Disney rides they've done.
I agree with you on almost all of that. I think it is the greatest ride I've ever ridden in my entire life.
So better than Rise of the Resistance?
I can't even compare it to Rise of the Resistance because it's different. Rise of the Resistance tells a singular story in Star Wars, and it's really well done. The reason I think this one tops that is because how it ties into Epcot and the storytelling. I think the storytelling is better than any ride that's ever been done. I think what they did with Rise was just stepped up by one. So Rise storytelling is great, but when you can tie in it to us and to here and to now, wow. Well done. The ride itself is so smooth. Everything has its place in there. There's nothing that's just like, oh, here's filler. There's no B mode they'll ever need to do on there like they need on Rise. You won't have some of these elements breaking down like Rise does. This is the wave of the future. I know we're close to, we just did it yesterday, so there's emotions involved in this. But seriously, this is so well designed and brilliant, and the storytelling is phenomenal. The Imagineers behind this, bravo. We cannot say enough. If you are this coaster is not a giant Velocicoaster type thing. This is like Toy Story type stuff. So you're not giant drops. There's none of that. Nothing that takes your stomach and throws it into your head. Everything has its place. Everything belongs where it belongs. It is the greatest ride I've ever seen done from the beginning to the end. This is going to win everybody's top 10 award this year. This is going to win all the coaster awards. This is going to be like every blog in March does like top Disney rides of the year. Let's March Madness type thing. This is going to win every single time.
I agree.
For the next few years. So this is special. Please, guys, trust me, we're not spoiling a lot of what happens on the ride, the ending, none of that. So we're going to end it there. Yeah, this was just extra, and we're running really long now because we have so much to say about it. You can go on our Chip. They can go on our Instagram. They can go on our Facebook. You put up a whole bunch of videos on Facebook and YouTube. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of videos up there. The live that I did and the 2 rides are on there. We got a ride point of view, which is not the best because there's no way of doing a ride point of view on that ride. No, unless you have a light on, and that would ruin all the magic. Yeah. You can go see the queue. You can go see everything else. You can check out the Instagram. There's lots of pictures. You can check out all the 50th anniversary content gathering that you did because it's all up there on Instagram. We did all the articles. Anything else, and we'll just be beating a dead horse. Yeah. We are going to go on Sunday.
Sarah.
Yes. So let us talk about Sarah at Destinations to Travel. She is also our travel agent here at Chip & Co. She booked your travel package this weekend and does all of your travel. You can find her on our website at chipandco.com/Sarah.
Sarah Travels. Book with Sarah.
Sarah Travels, book with Sarah. She's all over our website, guys. No, please.
It's just Chip & Co. book with Sarah. I try to get it as easy as possible.
Chip & Co. No / no .com, no what?
.com/book with Sarah.
See, there is more. chipandco.com/book with Sarah.
If you actually just go to the website, hit that little magnifying glass where it searches, and you type in the word Sarah, S-A-R-A, she is the first thing that pops up.
You make it so simple, man. No, seriously, she is absolutely. She will get you booked to go to Epcot to ride Guardians of the Galaxy. She will put that personal touch on it. She doesn't ask. You don't have to pay her. She does all the extra work. She's amazing. Starting next week, we're going to actually have real advertisement for her because she is that special, and she deserves a real advertisement from us because we truly love having her book our travel. Other than that, Chip, what do we got coming up?
When's Mark getting here?
Today.
Okay. Diz Life Mark
will be back here, and Caitlin, hopefully she'll make it down soon. So yeah, we are going on Sunday to ride it as a group. A big group of us are all going Sunday, so we're going to try not to spoil anything for anybody, and we're going to go through for our annual pass holder ride. Other than that, guys,
DVC too, remember?
Oh, right, we have DVC the next day on the 9th, right?
Yep.
It's a lot of Guardians this week. You know, is it going to be as special? You think? Like,
I don't know. You wrote it 9 times. Is it special?
it is. Because you get to, like, you will never, like, that's the cool thing I said on the live yesterday. You'll never see this again. It'll never be empty like this again. Like, you'll never get this opportunity to just run right through it and go on live, and you go outside and fireworks are going off. It's like, man, I was living a dream last night, and thank you for letting me live this dream because it truly was magical and special, and I appreciate you having me come in to cover it for you. So thank you, Mr. Confer.
Never experienced anything like that before either.
I got to take Lacey around with me and drag her all over like poor Holly.
Yeah, she was there for our friends who couldn't make it as well.
Yes, and it was so funny. Every time we would come out, we would celebrate by having a Tootsie Pop shot.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Oh, man, I had to stop at like 1, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
That would explain why she came back and literally was asleep in like 10 seconds.
I'm sorry, man. You were like, please keep an eye on her. And I was, because you wanted me to make sure that she was safe and got home back. And it was a trust thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, she'll hang with me the whole time. Man, I sent her back to you and she was a little tipsy.
Too many Tootsie Bowls.
Too many Tootsie Pop shots. Oh, man, she was so fun. We were laughing our butts off. We just had a great time. So, again, you can get Chip at chipandco.com, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on all your social media needs. You can find Chip and Company. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening and watching today. Thanks for making our podcast a success. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I can't spill the beans on some stuff, but Chip, as always, my friend, it's Disney Parks Blog. You get the last word.
Extra. I don't know where the mic is here. Extra. Is it down here?
I don't know, man.
I'm on my laptop. So.
See, you would have thought you would have gone like a Guardian's way. Like,
Yeah.
Extra. Oh, creepy. All right, let's end this. You get the last word, Chip.
Extra. There's the logo for Guardians.
You said a whole lot of words. All you're supposed to do is say one word and hit end. One day.
My mouth is like on my touchpad.
Well, just stop touching it. Okay, we got the logo. Like, hit the end button. Say the word and the end. Okay, Chip, you get the last word.
Extra. Hold on, I can't look up there.
That's
I can't move.
You know what? I'm hitting end. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Enjoy the buffet.